charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. It looks like you also, out of the same charge, picked up a fraud as well. I mean, okay, you can represent yourself. It's your absolute right. I mean, I don't know how smart it is. Have you ever represented yourself before?
Yeah, many times.
And how did that go?
I have many dismissals.
For what kind of cases?
I had a dismissal on unlawful carry before.
And you represented yourself?
Yes.
In this court?
Harris County.
Just found no PC.
Oh, well, I found no probable cause. That's why I got dismissed. You didn't represent yourself.
I was representing myself, but the judge did find no probable cause.
I found, was it me?
No, it wasn't you.
It was.
Well, I don't know. I think it was you.
June 9, 2022.
Yeah, I found no probable cause.
I think that was you.
You didn't represent yourself for nothing, man. I did it. No. Okay. So, well, you can.
Judge Fleer enters a courtroom fully prepared, and we mean fully prepared to deal with a sovereign citizen. Mr. Mom strolls in, opting to represent himself. Because, of course, who needs a trained attorney when you've read half a Facebook post about maritime law, charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon, and now adding fraud to his resume? Mr. Eamon's sisters had dismissals before. Judge Fleer isn't impressed. He wants clarity and gets instead a cloud of vague claims and confused history. The judge pushes back, trying to confirm if Mr. M ever actually won a case or if he's just living in delusion. And as the contradictions start flowing, it becomes clear Judge Fleer isn't going to let fantasy override facts. He's about to run a clinic on courtroom reality, one sarcastic analogy at a time. This part is just a warm-up. And Judge Fleer's surgical strikes are already beginning. You might want to grab a notebook. This is going to be educational.
Put yourself, you're entitled to do that, right? But, yeah, well, I like to tell people it's like brain surgery. When you need brain surgery, when you need heart surgery, are you going to do that on yourself? Because you're not trained, you don't know how to perform open heart surgery. Same thing with the law. You're not trained in it. I mean, I'm assuming that you didn't go to law school, did you? How far did you get in school?
I graduated school. I went to some college.
How far did you get?
2 years. I got certificates. I mean, not through college, but I went to school.
Okay. So we're in the middle of trial now. And so I don't have the time to go through all of what they're called Faretta warnings to see whether you should represent yourself. I'm happy to do that. Why don't we delay it off a week? Are you working at this time?
Yeah, and I stay in Austin. I don't live in Houston, so.
What do you do for a living?
I have my own business.
Doing what?
Resell clothing, audio production.
How much money do you make a month?
I can't tell you, but it pays the bills.
You're very cryptic in all of your answers, and not only that, but you going to Austin, if you represent yourself, you're going to have to meet with the DAs on a constant basis to get evidence. So that's going to require you to come here to Houston quite a bit.
I was ready to file my motion today if I needed to be.
Okay. Before I do that, though, I need to have a Faretta hearing. If you're willing to wait, we can do that a little bit later when I take a break in trial.
I had my other case upstairs the same day. The judge from when I came to my last year. Have you been up there yet? No, I haven't been up there yet.
Okay, so go up there. When you're done, come back down here.
Judge Fleer gives Mr. Mom a dose of legal reality with a powerful analogy. Would you perform brain surgery on yourself without any medical training? That's basically what representing yourself in a criminal courtroom looks like. Mr. Mom, armed with confidence and no law degree, thinks certificates and some college qualify him. The judge lets him ramble, patiently peeling back his illusions while making it clear this isn't traffic court and is not here to play games. Fleer explains that if he's serious about this, they'll need to conduct a proper Faretta hearing to evaluate his competency. M, still oblivious to the weight of what he's asking, agrees like he's signing up for karaoke night. The judge, however, isn't playing along. He wants a delay for a week to do things by the book. This man thinks a courtroom is a debate club, but Judge Fleer is just getting warmed up. If Mr. Mom wanted attention, he definitely has.
September 11th, 2024. It's approximately 12:25 p.m. We are now in court 5. In front of me, I have Eaton Emitum, case number 2522688. Would you please identify yourself for purpose of the record?
The man eats on Amazon.
Would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? That you're going to tell the truth. That's it. Yes? Okay. State, would you identify?
Well, Petrov on behalf of the state.
Okay. So the reason that we're putting this on the record now is Mr. Emitum has been charged with the offense of unlawful carrying of a weapon. The case is 40 days old. It appears that probable cause has already been found. I don't know if I did probable cause on this, or if I don't know if another judge did, because I don't remember Mr. Emitum, and I was out a week. Yeah, lollygagging. So let's just do it for.
On August 2nd, 2024, officers observed a car without a front license plate, changed lanes without a signal, and have expired registration as of March 2023. Upon approaching, officers smelled marijuana. PC search returned 4.17 grams and a loaded Smith & Wesson handgun. Additionally, there was a backpack with 3 checks that did not belong to him. Officer called Kumamoto, who said the checks were stolen from her restaurant on July 8th. When defendant broke the front window, went to the back where the checks were kept in the office, broke the hinge of the back door, and exited.
So as a result, because of that, he was charged with felony fraud on that one, on the check. Okay. Yes, he has an open case in the 182nd. Looks like he made a $15,000 bond. With us, I am going to find there's probable cause to go forward. Well, hold on a second. We'll get there. I'll let you say your piece, but do you have a Texas driver license?
I have a U.S. private property number with the FMCSA. What my vehicle was on there.
Handling another matter, Mr. M returned for his FEA hearing. The court's method of ensuring defendants are fit to represent themselves. Judge Fleer opens a record officially and begins what's essentially a legal pop quiz with very real consequences. Mr. M identifies himself confidently and swears to tell the truth. And for once, we hope he means it. The judge reminds the court of the facts. Imam is charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon and felony fraud involving stolen checks. The courtroom tone shifts as the judge recounts a burglary at a restaurant and outlines how Mr. Mom was identified as a culprit. As the charges pile up, Fleer makes it clear this is serious business, not a sovereign cosplay session. Still, Mr. Emblem seems more interested in arguing jurisdiction and whether the vehicle counts as private property. If he thinks he's getting out of this by tossing around buzzwords, he's severely mistaken. Judge Fleer is ready to shut.
What I was told with the U.S. side, I wouldn't have to register it with the state of Texas, with the registration or licensing. I do have my own place with that vehicle too as well. So,
do you need a license to drive? A Texas driver license. That's it. You either have one or you don't. The federal government has regulated to the states through the Constitution that they have allowed the states on their own initiative to create laws regarding driving on highways and byways. So that's why you see every single state has different requirements for licensing, insurance, mode of transportation. The federal government has somewhat to do with it, but by and large, they have delegated to the states that they are their own entity with regard to creating laws in their specific highways. So that's why every single state has a different type of license, different type of insurance. Like the Texas driver license is white versus Arkansas might be yellow or red, or Hawaii might be. So that's every single state has their own laws with regard. In Texas, you have to have a Texas driver license. You also have to have liability insurance as a minimum in the event that you get into an accident. Those are the two main requirements that you need to drive. If you're going to drive a vehicle, it also has to be registered so that they know that you're driving the vehicle and that you own it or have the right to have that, so it's not a stolen vehicle.
I own the vehicle and everything. When I was here the last hearing with the judge, like what he was saying, he said that when it had applied to me, but he was going to see what they were going to.
Come the buzzwords, Mr. M begins his greatest hits tour. Private property, federal registration. I don't need Texas plates. Judge Fleer leans in with a smile, clearly amused, but not fooled. He reminds the defendant for the nth time that Texas laws apply in Texas. The judge methodically explains how states are granted power to regulate driving and registration, and that every state, every single one, has its own license requirements. Imam pushes back, still living in a fantasy where federal stickers protect him from state law. But Fleer won't let up. Imam gets into the centimeters required for license plate placement to show just how specific Texas law is. Sovereign citizen logic crumbles against hard legal reality. If I am thought he'd be educating the court, Judge Fleer just turned the tables. His schooling Mr. M and the class is in full session.
Their carrier bicycles.
They're wrong. I'm just telling you now, they're wrong. Whoever told you that, whoever, where you got that, it's complete. Because imagine this, Mr. Emmett Tom, and I've seen this before. Imagine that you get into an accident, right? And you kill a 5-year-old kid. What's going to happen at that point? Whoever owns that car, the other people, they're going to come after you. They're not going to go after they're going to come after you. The first thing they're going to do is, do you have insurance? And if you don't have insurance, they're going to sue you. And then they're going to attach a lien on absolutely everything that you own to satisfy the judgment they get against you. And they will take your house, they will take your car, they will take your bank account, they will attach to where if you ever want to start working and get a paycheck, they're going to garnish all that money. You have insurance, liability insurance, so that if you ever get into an accident, you don't mean to do it. You didn't mean to kill the kid. It's not an purposement. It's an accident. And accidents happen. You might be looking at your phone, you're looking at, this pretty girl that's walking across the street, and then boom, you have insurance so that if that happens, the insurance company will pay on your behalf so you don't have to pay out of your own pocket. And they will even give you a lawyer to represent you on your behalf, because that's what you pay for when you get insurance. If you get into an accident, lawyers usually call you and say, hey man, tell me what happened. Was it your fault or was it the other people's fault? Because we want to know who to pay. And that's why for $30 to $40 a month, you get insurance for that very purpose. And I've seen people come here, they have killed someone and they get a $250,000 judgment against them. I've seen it. And
Empt attempts the classic sovereign dodge. His not driving, his traveling. Judge Fleer, now openly enjoying this, hits him with a reality check so brutal, it should come with a warning. Yes, you have the right to travel, but with your feet, not with a car. The courtroom cracks when the judge delivers his punchline. Take your happy ass and walk. That's right, walking is free. Driving, however, is a regulated privilege that comes with responsibilities like licensing, registration, and insurance. No amount of word game can change that. EOM clings to Department of Transportation documents like a shield, but the judge slices right through it. The difference between rights and privileges isn't just a matter of opinion. It's legal doctrine. And this courtroom, as Fleer makes crystal clear, operates on law, not sovereign SPLL.
And there's an inherent bias, and you may not be able to see things objectively, meaning that you have your heart, you've got your soul into this case. So you may not be able to see from an outside position if they're saying something that makes sense. You're absolutely entitled to represent yourself. And if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to it. And I have no problem with you doing it. You need to understand though, if you represent yourself, you can't come at a later day and say, you know what? I had ineffective assistance of counsel. My lawyer sucked. Well, you represented yourself. You now can't complain about that. You know, if you go to trial and you lose and I end up putting your butt in jail for a year, you can't complain. You're stuck like Chuck for a whole year because that's what you're facing. You're facing a year in jail and you got a bunch of other documents too that, you know, so,
My discovery from that last month that I
well,
filed.
let's do the question. So what is your full name?
Eton, she's wrote that Amaton.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 34.
Where were you born?
In America.
Were you born here in Houston? Were you born in?
From Texas.
Okay. You read and write English, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any learning disabilities or communication handicaps? Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent or treated for any mental health disorder? Okay. You said last time I asked you about your educational background, you graduated from high school.
Graduated high school, some college.
How far did you get in college?
2.5 years.
Did you do any legal courses whatsoever?
Left that and I started doing medical transportation. I was taking classes for paramedics.
Judge Fleer steps into full professor mode as he explains why licensing and insurance matter. In a hypothetical scenario, he lays out what happens if kills someone in an accident. No license, no insurance, no way to pay. The result? Financial ruin, garnished wages, and lawsuits for life. It's not scare tactics, it's reality. The judge explains that insurance isn't just a formality. It protects both parties in the event of tragedy. Mr. Emmem is told plainly, accidents happen and the law prepares for that. If you want to drive, you must be covered. And while M continues to cite the dot and other half-digested legal tidbits, the judge's logic stands tall. Flea isn't arguing. Theory, he's laying down consequences. It's law school meets courtroom smackdown, and Mr. Eam is barely keeping up. Next voice, next voice. Mr. Imam tries to argue that the marijuana wasn't his. Was legal hemp with a receipt. The problem that's a matter for trial, not a defense for avoiding a license or insurance. Judge Fleer calls him out for making apples and oranges comparisons. This isn't a game of whataboutism. When MM claims he can file his own discovery, the judge nods. Yes, he can, but it's not wise. Mr. MM believed dismissals in traffic court mean is a legal wizard.